Good morning, dear my students. This is your third chapter, first lecture, element, compound, and mixture. In previous lecture, we have done lots of things, physical and chemical changes. Also, you are much acquainted about the what is the exact changes are there, physical or chemical. We know that lots of changes have been taking place in our environment. So, you know very well. Now, in this chapter, we will talk about elements. What is the element? And in biology, you know, our functional and structural unit of our body is cell. Like that, in a non-living thing, the smallest particles is called atom, and lots of atom combine to form element. In biology section, lots of cell combine to form tissue. Suppose and tissue combine to form organ system. Suppose I am talking about your eyes. It has a particular tissue, and that tissue have a particular specific cell. So like that, all non-living things, they are made up of element, and all elements, they are made up of a specific kind of atom. You know, one element is made up of 6.022 into 10 ka power 23 atoms. That much atom combine to form one element. Suppose we are talking about hydrogen. The symbol of hydrogen is H, means it is a H element, and it contain 6.022 into 10 ka power 23 atom of hydrogen, which have same structure, same chemical property. So now, my dear students, in this lecture we will know about elements with examples, with their properties, and with the lots of examples. So please, let's go. Here, what is substance? So we know that matter which have mass and occupy space, and further matters are classified into two categories. First one is pure substances, and second one is impure substances. We will talk about impure substances in later lecture, but now in this lecture we will talk about pure substances. Further, pure substances is divided into two parts, element and compound. And element divided into four categories: metal, non-metal, metalloids, and noble gases. So let's talk about element. First, talk about element. What is element? Till date, 118 elements are known, and these elements are arranged according to their atomic number, and they got a particular position, particular period, particular group in given table, that is called periodic table. And you will know about the periodic table more clear in further classes, say in like 8 and 9 classes. So when elements are arranged in increasing order of atomic number, they acquired a particular position, and that position is in a form of table, that is called periodic table. Now, my dear students, out of these elements, some are found in nature, where have been made artificially. Means how much elements? Some of them are man-made, and some of them are naturally found. Now you can see here three colors are there. One, a very big large area, blackish gray, that is a metallic part. Orange part is there, that is non-metallic part, and a bluish part is there, that is a metalloids. So these categories are there. So we will talk about in this lecture. First, see what is an element. Like our body, it is made up of smallest particles. Unit is called cell. Like that, any substances, any matter, it is made up of smallest particle is called atom. So you can see very clear in this picture what is atom. Now let's talk about element. An element, already we have discussed what is an element. Element is defined as a pure substance made up of only one kind of atom that cannot be converted into anything simpler than itself by any physical and chemical process. Yes, element itself is the smallest part. It cannot be broken down, but it take part in chemical reaction. And that element is made up of lots of atom, and it means the smallest particle of element is called atom. Atom is a smallest particle of element that can exist. Atom are the building block of all matter. Atom are so small that we cannot see them without the help of electron microscope. Yes, my dear students, it is very small. We cannot see without, it cannot be seen with our naked eye. We need to, not the simple microscope, we need a ultra microscope which can magnifying the object 10 lakh times, 100 lakh times. And now let's move. So I think you are more clear about the element and atom. Now classification of element further divided into three parts: metal, non-metal and metalloids. Let's discuss about what is a metal. Metal is a material which when freshly prepared or polished so lustrous. Yes, whenever you will get the metal from their ores and minerals. What is ore and minerals we will talk later. When you get the metal, it has shiny surface. Lustrous means shiny properties. They are malleable. Malleable means that can be hammered into thin sheet. Ductile, that can be drawn into thin wire. Sonorous, on beating they produce ringing sound, and good conductor of heat and electricity. That is called metal. Some examples are given there: iron, gold, silver, lots of metals are there. You can give example by your own self. Now what is a non-metal? Non-metal, they occupy the right hand side of the periodic table. Yes, that is the orange part. Most non-metal are brittle. Brittle means on beating they will be broken down into many pieces, small pieces. Are not malleable and ductile means they cannot be used for making wire and thin sheet. At room temperature they are usually solid or glass. They usually have low boiling and melting point, except carbon and boron. Carbon and boron, they have a high melting point. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Yes, metal are good conductor of heat and electricity. That's why they are used in electric wire. But my dear students, you know one thing, one non-metal, graphite, it is found in your lead of the pencil. It is a conductor of electricity. That is one non-metal which can conduct electricity, and they are usually less dense solid when they compare to the metal. They are less dense compared to the metal. Now what is the metalloids? Metalloids are elements which show some properties of metal and some properties of non-metal. Yes, which it can show both property. Metal, sometime it will show the property of metal, sometime it will show the property of non-metal, like silicon, boron, arsenic, antimony, germanium, beryllium, polonium. These are the metalloids. You can see the blue line in a periodic table. You can see very clear in blue line in periodic table, that is a metalloids. It is a very clear here given the word. Now see. Now here we are going to start. We know that what is the element. What is the element categorized into three form: metal, non-metal and metalloids. Now let's move. Symbol of elements. It was very confusing in early days how to name them, how to represent them. So now the name of some elements are derived from their place where they are extracted, where from they are extracted, and like you can see that californium, then it is clear from their name, it obtained from California. Europium, it is found in Europe. Polonium, it was extracted in Poland. The name of some scientists who honored them means few elements they have been given their name on the basis on the discoverer, on the name of discoverer, like a boronium. It is a very clear. The name Niels Bohr means it was discovered by Niels Bohr. Rutherfordium, Ernest Rutherford, and Einsteinium, Albert Einstein. But my dear students, it is a very difficult to learn this name because different country have different scientists and different country have different name. So after that, by the lots of conclusion, by the theory of lots of scientists, the one conclusion was made by them. You can see here the color of element gold, that is the English word. Gold means yellow color. Nowadays the name of element are being approved by IUPAC name, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC, that is standard committee which standardize and categorize the element, and they have given the particular name, and that name is valid for all country, not for the particular place. Means we are saying aluminium, the same name is given in America also, in Britain also, same name. So now symbols of element. The symbols of element used by Dalton, the first scientist. The symbol of element was given by Dalton. The symbol of element is the shortest notation or a label which denote the particular element. The symbol of particular element is a unique to it. Every element has its own symbol. John Dalton was the first person to use symbols for the atom of different element. Yes, John Dalton, he was the first scientist who attempted for the giving the name of many elements. You can see a circle is given there. Yes, all elements circular picture is given, and now you can see in a circular picture there is some figures are there, like in hydrogen dot is there, solid circle is carbon, and the circle have a cross, they stand for sulfur. Circle which have one border is known as nitrogen, two line is known as sodium, and three red line is known as potassium. But my dear students, in that time it was very difficult to learn all the picture of the elements, very difficult, because all that time only 26 approx 26 elements were there. So it is a very easy, but after the discovering of many elements, like nowadays we have 118 elements, it is not possible to learn and remember and to keep in your mind all the symbols this like this. So after that the new modern concept was given by the scientists. You can see that the modern representation, the modern symbols, what is that? The first letter of the element, name of the element, and the letter that appeared later in the same name of the element. The first letter should be capital and the second must be small. Means suppose you are writing the hydrogen, so you have to write, you have to represent it by giving capital H. Yes, H. But in the case of two element which are starting from the same alphabet, like hydrogen and helium, that time you will have a problems. So now dear my student, a rule was made by them. Suppose two elements they have a same first letter, then we have to write second letter also, and second letter must be written in small letter. Like you can see that magnesium, yes, first letter is a capital and second letter is small, and that stand for magnesium. Chlorine, first letter is capital and second one is small letter. Chlorine stand, Cr stand for chromium, Zn stand for zinc. Now you can see magnesium we have seen. Now rule for the writing already we have discussed. You can see here I have given a 1 to 20 elements. Please students, note down all these elements in your copy because it is very important, and I will ask in your classroom with their atomic number. So here I have given you 1 to 10, that atomic number 1 to 1. Here H stand for hydrogen, already we have discussed, and helium, both they are starting with the same alphabet, but second one is that helium they have second letter, but it must be written in a small letter. That's why here it is written He, helium. He stand for helium, it has atomic number 2. Li, lithium stand for lithium, it has atomic number 3. Be, beryllium, and it has atomic number 4. B, boron 5. C stand for carbon 6. N, nitrogen 7. O stand for oxygen 8. F, fluorine stand for 9, and Ne, neon, atomic number 10. Now here 11 to 20. Na stand for sodium 11. Mg stand for magnesium. Al stand for aluminium 13. Silicon, Si, atomic number 14. Phosphorus 15. Sulfur 16. Cl, chlorine. Ar, argon 18. Potassium, K stand for 19, and calcium 20. So my dear student, please you have to learn all these elements from 1 to 20 and note it down in your copy. After the opening this school, I will check it out. So today is your last. Okay, thank you. May God bless you.